Good morning, Year 4. I hope you're all well. Welcome to our next RE lesson on Hinduism. Today we are going to understand and learn why a shrine is a special place in a Hindu home. Have you heard of a shrine before? Don't worry if not, because we're going to find out lots of information about what a shrine is and why it's a special place in a Hindu home today. I do have some retrieval questions for you to start with, so can you just pause the video here and write down on a piece of paper the answer, if you know it, to the following 3 questions. Pause the video here, have a go. Okay, question number 1. Who do Hindus believe is the one supreme God? Do you remember? That's right, his name was Brahman. And they said that Brahman was represented in many different ways, through lots of different deities. Now, what is a deity? Fantastic! A deity is a god or a goddess, and we know from last lesson that Hindus believe in lots and lots of different gods and goddesses, and they are all have a purpose of doing different things. Now, my final question to you is, can you remember one god or goddess from last lesson and what they were the god or goddess of? Did you manage to find one and remember what they were the god or goddess of? Great work. So you might have had Brahma, the creator of the world. You might have had Lakshmi, the goddess of beauty, wealth and prosperity. You might have also had Shiva, the destroyer of all evil. So if anything bad is happening, Shiva will destroy it. Or you might have had Ganesha, the remover of all obstacles. So if you were trying to succeed in something, Ganesha would remove all obstacles that might stop you from succeeding this thing. Well done, Year 4. Now, before we head into today's lesson, I need to teach you a word. Now, this word is devotion. It's a noun, it's a thing. It's a 3-syllable word, devotion. Now, some of you might have heard of this word devotion before, but if you haven't, it means to have a love, a loyalty, or an enthusiasm for a person or an activity. And we are going to learn today that Hindus can serve God by showing a devotion to their chosen deity. Do you remember what a deity is? That's right, to their chosen god or goddess. So Hindus can show that respect for God by showing this love, this loyalty, this faithfulness to their chosen god or goddess. So we can see here there are some synonyms for this word devotion, meaning loyalty or faithfulness. But an antonym would be being disloyal. But Hindus show a devotion for their deity. So that's a word that we're going to be using in today's lesson. So it's really, really important that you understand this. Okay. First of all, I want you to have a look at this picture. Now, this is a picture of a home. Now, I want you to think, do you have a special place at home? Somewhere that you like to go if you want some peace and quiet? If so, where is this place? Pause the video and have a think. You might have said that you like some peace and quiet in your bedroom. You might have also said that you have a corner of your house that you might sit in and have some peace and quiet. You might be lucky enough to maybe have a toy room where you have all your toys in there, so you go and sit in there. You might have your own special place at home and you like to have your peace and quiet there. Now, Hindus also have a special place in their home, just like we do and you do. And their special place in their home is called a shrine. So here we have this lady here who is in her shrine and this man here who is in his shrine. Can you take a closer look at the photographs and can you spot anything that might be quite significant or that you might notice some similarities between both photos that might be things that are found in a shrine in a Hindu home? Pause the video and have a think, have a little look. Okay, you might have spotted lots of different things that you have seen, and we're going to look at these things in a bit of a closer detail today. Now, in a Hindu shrine, almost all of them have pictures of the deities, the gods and goddesses. Some Hindu shrines might have pictures of Hindu leaders, family, or other loved ones. They also might have statues for these special deities for the family. So not only will they have pictures of these deities, but also statues. Now have a think, how does that show devotion? Many Hindus also place flowers in their shrines, like here. So they've got their deity there and their flowers there. But every single Hindu shrine are all different. So some Hindus might have a really small shrine in one corner of the room, while others might have a whole room dedicated to their shrine. Just like when I asked you previously if you had a special place in your home, you might have just had a section of your house or a whole room. And that's what happens to Hindus as well. They might have a whole room for their shrine or a very small room for their shrine. In a Hindu shrine, many of them will also place offerings of food, water, or flowers in their shrines. And these are often placed on decorative plates like here, and these are called thalis. Now, can you see the small brown dishes here on the right of the picture? They are called oil lamps. Do you know how they work? Pause the video and have a think. Oil lamps use oil to produce light, and that's how they work. They use oil. Now, here is a closer look at one of the shrines in a Hindu home. We're going to have a look at this picture in a bit more detail to really understand what is in a shrine in a Hindu home. Now, we've already spoke about shrines having either a picture or a statue of a deity. Remind me what a deity was? That's right, the gods or goddesses. Now, these statues or pictures of the deity are also called murti. Can you spot any statues or pictures in this photograph? Did you spot some pictures all around? There's quite a lot of them. Some statues here, some pictures here. Now, these are really common for a Hindu shrine to have. There may also be beads that are worn during Hindu festivals or souvenirs from special places. Now, this is to remember the events that the Hindu festivals are having. So you can see some beads here, lots of special beads. Now, we already spoke about the fresh flowers or food may be placed in the shrine, and it looks like here they are in this photograph. So the flowers or food and water are placed here. And when the Hindu has worshipped, the food is then eaten. In the air, incense is sometimes lit. Now, incense is something that creates a fragrance, a really nice smell in the air. So this is used to purify the air, making it smell really fresh and really clean. And we've also said that fresh water may be placed along with the food or flowers in the shrine. This whole thing about freshness, the fresh smell, the fresh flowers, the fresh food, the worshipping of the deities. You can also see this woman is holding a candle, or it could be an oil lamp. And these candles and oil lamps are always lit, well, may sometimes be lit and placed in the shrine. Why do you think candles or oil lamps might be lit and placed in the shrine? That's right. We know that we've learnt previously in previous lessons that light is better than darkness. So this symbolises the fact that light is more powerful than darkness, and they really want to show that. Sometimes a bell might be placed in the shrine, and also this type of powder might be placed in the shrine too. And you can see here it's called this kumkum powder, which may be placed in the shrine because this powder is mixed with water to make a really colourful paste. Now, when the paste is used, the worshippers make a mark on the foreheads of the murti and themselves. So they put a mark of this colourful paste mixed by the kumkum powder and the water, not only on their own forehead, but also on the forehead of the murti, the statue or the picture of the deity. So that is the inside of an example of a shrine in a Hindu home. What I want you to think about now is, if you had a special guest coming to visit your home, what would you do to make them feel honoured and welcome? Pause the video and have a think. I bet lots of you would say we'd make them a drink. Cup of tea, glass of squash, glass of water. You might say, would you like a drink? You might say to them, come and have a seat. You're inviting them to come and sit down. You might say, oh, take your shoes off at the door, make yourself at home. You might make them a cake. You might do lots of things to make them feel honoured and welcome. And in their homes, Hindus treat their gods and goddesses like special visitors. At their shrines, they may worship their chosen deity by talking to them, presenting offerings of these foods and water, washing the statues, the murti, respecting them and taking good care of them. So, Hindus believe that they can serve their god by showing this devotion to their chosen deity, by washing the deity, respecting them, taking good care of them, presenting offerings of food and water. Now they think they can show this devotion, but do you remember what devotion means? Fantastic. It means that love, that loyalty and enthusiasm for a specific thing or person. Like the Hindus show this devotion, this love and loyalty to their deity. Fantastic listening, Year 4. Your task today is to design a Hindu shrine. Now, based on what you've learnt today about what is included in a traditional Hindu shrine, can you draw and label the objects you would place in it? So make sure you draw the object with a ruler, write a label, and then answer the question, when at home, how do Hindus show a devotion to God? Now, it's everything we've learned about today, all of the objects we've learned about today, and how do they show devotion? Okay, so your plenary today is to think about the following question. What can you remember about a shrine in a Hindu home? Pause the video and have a think. Fantastic work today, Year 4. Great listening, and I'm really excited to see your designs of a shrine in a Hindu home. Have a fantastic day. See you in our next lesson. Bye.